everybody? Deck Hockey Focus here, checking in on Championship Sunday. We are going to kick it back out to Philadelphia. We've got a guest, maybe one of the farthest travels that we've had for one of these tournaments. Jack, tell them who we've got today.
We have Mike DiLorenzo with the LA Barons. Mike, how are you?
Very good, guys. How are you?
Oh, we're doing well.
Fantastic. Appreciate you joining us. Appreciate you guys making the trip out there to Philly. Got off to a bumpy start. Not a lot of successes early, but boy, oh boy, with the OT victory that you guys are coming off of, I actually got to see a short clip there. It looked like they picked up the rebound, crashed the net, scored the goal, and they're moving on to the next round. So, I guess before we hop into it too much, tell us a little bit about the LA Barons. What's got you guys coming out to these East Coast tournaments, and what kind of makes up the team? Who are some of the players?
Yeah, for sure. So look, the Barons, we've been playing together as a group for probably about 4 to 5 years. I'm from Pittsburgh originally. I moved out to LA about 7 years ago, and had some free time and was trying to pick up play ball hockey again. I hadn't really played since college. Found a league in Orange County, which is about 45 minutes away from LA, and was kind of playing in that and having fun. But I didn't really have any buddies from that league. And then randomly, I was playing in this park near my house in Santa Monica probably about 4 years ago, and ran into a bunch of these guys just playing a pickup game. And that's how I met everyone. And some of the players were pretty good. And I was like, you guys should play in a more structured league with me. I play out in Orange County. I'd love to have a group to go out there with. And that was kind of the beginnings of it. We started playing in the tournament in Vegas, which is a pretty decent competition. I'd say it's kind of CD level. And progressively over time, guys got more serious about it. And eventually it was we've won Vegas twice now. Let's see what we can do against some of the best teams in the country. And, I knew we were going to take some bumps, but I think it's a learning experience. And for us, I think it was an accomplishment just to show that we belonged. I don't think we came in with any visions of grandeur of winning A or something like that. But for us, I think our goal was to get 2 wins. And, we're well positioned to do that after that win against East Coast Empire.
Yeah, it was certainly a heck of a victory. Then, go ahead. Don't let me cut you off.
I was going to say, in terms of the team makeup, so again, interesting group. We've got 6 guys that actually play out in Los Angeles. Myself, Noel Fitzpatrick, we call him Fitz. He's, I think, 51, 52. We got Brian Howes, he's 54. We got Rob Scattergood, an absolute beauty on and off the rink. We got Mike Thompson, who's the only native Angelino on the team. Hell of a player, played juniors in Boston for a couple years, played in D3 at Plattsburgh. Then we got Marek Schnoznik, who's our, or I actually don't know how to say his last name. I think that's it. He's our Slovakian connection. So he moved over to LA probably 3 years ago. And he brought 4 of his buddies out from Slovakia for the tournament. So, got Sean Thompson in net, a Leominster guy, but, he knew Chris Hauser. He actually didn't know Bobby Hauser. So, probably showing our age a little bit there, but, it's a really interesting mix of boys, and, it's a fun group too.
Well, that's cool. You said that you've got some young talent. You've got some old talent there.
Yeah.
Maybe
right. The veteran status.
Run us through what the tournament's been like for you guys, and then run us through the final minutes of that OT victory, because, it seemed like everybody was pretty hyped up after that goal. So tell us what that was like.
Sure. Well, so we get the schedule, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, our team has, I think, decent speed, but not trailblazing kind of speed. And I look at the schedule, I'm like, all right, we got the Warriors and Arsenal first too. That's probably the worst matchup possible for us. So I'm trying to level set with the boys. I'm like, hey guys, this first game's going to be our absolute toughest. Go in there, not with low expectations, but we got to play tough. We got to play hard, but don't get down if we go, and we actually kind of jumped on them early. I was pretty proud of the group. What's funny is, the reality is the Warriors pretty much dominated us in that game for, a large chunk of it, but we got a couple at the end. I think made the game seem a tad closer than it was.
Yeah.
And that probably set the expectations a little bit awkwardly for the next game against Arsenal, where we thought hey, maybe we can pull an upset. I think they firmly put us back to reality after that 4-0 drubbing. And, against Bermuda, I thought we played a pretty nice game, had a couple tough ones we let in, but battled back from down 2-0, got the tie. And use that momentum against East Coast. And look, I actually thought we played very well against East Coast Empire. It was exciting to get the win. I thought we played pretty hard. We had a tough time finding the back of the net this weekend. But yeah, that OT goal was great. Jake Berube, one of the guys we picked up, he's from out in DC. I played with him at the USA tryouts a few years back. He's an absolute beast. The guy's one of the fastest players in this tournament. And, 4-on-4, I'm like, you got to have this guy out there. Give him a little bit more space, let him run. He gets the ball deep. Mike Thompson, an absolute stud with the ball, puts it on net. And I mean, I think in Thompson's words, he said, "Look, I saw you one-on-one in front. I knew there was no one that was going to outmuscle you, so he let it be a 50-50 ball, and Jake did his part and put it home. So on we go.
Clean it up.
Definitely. Well, it only takes one to get over that hump and then start making progress into the money round. So with that big, huge OT win, what's the game plan looking forward in the next matchup?
Which is the Warriors, I believe. Warriors at 2.
No.
I think we're playing. Graphics, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I'm
Graphics.
sorry. Okay.
So Graphics is the one team we've actually played a few times before because they always come out to Vegas. So there's, I think, some level of familiarity. Obviously, Tyler Caba is an absolute stud. So I think game plan 1 is going to be make sure we control him. I think he's kind of the lifeblood of that team, and I think a lot of the offense runs through him. So we'll be sure to body him up and try to keep him contained. Otherwise, look, I think when we've used our legs and got the ball deep, we've done a good job of possessing inside the zone. I think the biggest challenge we've had is we just haven't gotten a lot of shots. I mean, if you watch the Slovak guys, they move the ball around for 35, 40 seconds at a time looking for the perfect shot. I'm not going to tell them not to because they're way better than me. But I think realistically, the rest of us got to kind of, take our chances when we can get them. And I think you've seen us kind of increase the volume of shots over the last couple of games. So, look, I think with that one, it's just one where we gotta be smart defensively. Got to use our legs. The Graphics aren't, they're a great team, but they're not particularly fast. So hoping to kind of use our speed and kind of get on them early. We'll be going with Roca and net for that game too. So I think it should be a good one.
Absolutely, and we're looking forward to watching that. And I think what Mike was just saying is going to be a key to a lot of these games moving forward.
We said it yesterday as well.
It's going to be just get pucks to the net.
Turn up the intensity.
Yeah, it's playoff atmosphere now, so it's get pucks to net, gritty, greasy goals, and those are the ones that are going to kind of put you over that edge. So a lot of hockey is going to be played today. It's still early here in the Central Time Zone. It's still early in the tournament, so we're looking forward to a lot. We're going to bring you a lot more to come here. So stay tuned to Deck Hockey Focus. We'll keep you updated on everything we have going on